Well, today we're joined by Sarah, our admin person, who's been with us for 14 years or thereabouts, and is the cornerstone of how we run the association. Sarah, thank you for taking the time to talk with us today. Can you tell us how it all began, please?
14 years ago, I just had my third child and I was looking for a flexible working arrangement to fit around the family. And I was introduced to Jeanette Taylor, who was one of the founder trustees. She was looking for somebody who could help with the charity's database and admin. Had a background in both of those areas. So I started doing a few hours a week with Jeanette and it's grown from there.
How many trustees and members were we talking about back then when you started?
There were three trustees, including the treasurer. I think, if I recall correctly, the membership numbers were in the hundreds at that point. So it was much smaller charity, and a lot of the work was done around Jeanette's kitchen table.
In my view, Sarah, you are the proverbial multitasker. So can you explain to our members and the delegates today really what your role encapsulates, please?
Well, my role is mainly to support the trustees, keep continuity as we get new trustees coming in. We have regular meetings where we discuss the focus that the charity is working on at the time, and I'm there to facilitate all of it. Lots of research, and we, being a small organisation, we don't have IT departments or project management departments. We discuss things, look at solutions and work it out, and keep the processes running so that all the members know what's going on with the charity.
Yeah, I mean, from my point of view, coming in as a trustee in 2019, you were extremely welcoming. You know, it's an induction process which you handle with consummate ease. In the early years, there must have been some significant challenges as the association started to grow and milestones.
The main thing that we were trying to do in the early days was to raise the profile of the charity, getting the word out to all of the medical community, especially, so that our leaflets and booklets were going out and to advertise what we could do to help patients. So getting in touch with the UK CLL Forum was one of the key roles that the trustees took on, and now we have a really good working relationship with them. At one point we had a mailing list for some of the clinics in the UK, but it wasn't easy to come by, and we would sit filling envelopes, sending out booklets. Now we have it online instead. A really significant moment in the early days was when we ran a 2-day conference in the Midlands. Had lots of top speakers from the UK, and we also had an international speaker who was Shaya Venka from CLL Topics, and the presentations were fantastic. It taught me a lot about running conferences and events, and it's all helped today with all the conferences that we run.
The role you play at conferences is pivotal by virtue of you're the meet and greet. You put all the packs together, and I suppose technology has played a big influence in things now that we've gone to Zoom.
Yeah, we've all had to take on board all of the video conferencing, and we now do a lot of webinars, a lot of meetings over Zoom, and we also use technology to help us with booking and planning the meetings, because it got a lot bigger and we couldn't have done it all manually. And also the online systems for donations as well, and things like Just Giving that have helped us. They're very good for small organisations because it's all set up there and you sign up and you're able to use all of their functionality.
We must talk about COVID times, because in everyone's life it was significant, but from a small association led by volunteers, it was a huge challenge. I recall back then it was just so constant in the first couple of months, trying to get information out and all of that. What are your recollections?
Well, we all work remotely anyway, so there was no change there, business as usual. But the amount of queries and by telephone and by email, they just increased tenfold. And we ended up having to have a rota. The trustees all had to be on the rota. Everybody, put their time in, and I had to allocate all of the calls and queries. I didn't want anybody to burn out with all of the workload, so we kept a rota delegated sort of all the calls to people in their areas of expertise. And it was very, very full on for a while, but I think they all dealt with it amazingly. And then just keeping up with the information online, I think all of the trustees were constantly searching the websites and the media for anything that would affect the members so that we could get the information out to them very quickly, especially with things like the supermarket food deliveries. So we helped them with letters, and the UK CLL Forum helped us with that as well. I wanted to give special thanks to a couple of trustees who worked tirelessly. Brian Garden, he provided so much news content and just kept us going with all the bulletins. He was looking at every website available so that everything was really out to the members quickly and was really accurate. And also to Lewis Troke, he was instrumental in setting up all of the webinars. He spent hours looking at Zoom, working out the best way to do it, and getting all of the speakers lined up and really presenting a great range of webinars that I think really helped people through the COVID times.
With all the information that was flying about at the time, there was a huge effort in behind the scenes to ensure that what we were putting out was verified.
Yeah.
So you've seen some changes over time, and you have a unique perspective because you are the constant all of the way through CLL support. Trustees come and go, but Sarah is there, and we're very appreciative. And I would like to formally and genuinely thank you for everything that you have done for us as trustees and for the members. But for the future, how do you see the future shaping up, Sarah?
I think we'll still carry on with what we're doing because I think we found what we do well, which is getting our newsletters and bulletins out, our conferences, support acts come along, and that's been a really good addition to the services that we offer, the helpline as well. I think the core of CLL support is people and the support that we offer, and that will never change. That's what the charity was set up for, and that's what it will continue to do. But we will work at making what we do better and also listening to the members through our surveys. The surveys are such an important part of what we do because we're gathering information from everybody about what they need from us. We're always going to be limited by resources and money, but we do what we can and listen to our members and support them the best we can. And we'll continue to do that. It's at the heart of what we do.
Great. Thanks, Sarah. Great perspective. And again, thank you for everything.
Thank you.